Hi everybody, welcome to J&S Farms, and today I thought I would share with you an experiment that I have been doing over the wintertime with my rabbit tractors. And what I wanted to do was to see how much manure that I could accumulate over the wintertime, and so that way I could use it on my garden in the spring. And I think I had a pretty good success using this system over the wintertime. I started it around October 10th or so, somewhere in that time frame, and we butchered the rabbits about February 1st, and we turned them into jerky, and they made some really good jerky. And then I am left with their manure. So I accumulated on this particular bed. Their house was down here, so there was about 10 inches down there and about 8 inches down here on this end. And I used a kind of a layering system when it came to their bedding. What I would do is every 3 days or so I would put down whatever material I wanted to put down that week, whether it be straw or hay or wood chips. And I would just layer it in every 3 days or so. And it worked out really well. The rabbits did very well in this, and they grew really well. Now, the bucks, they did in January, around that time, start fighting a little bit, and I did have to treat a few wounds, and also their ears, some of their ears were a little unsightly. But for the most part, they did really well in here, and I didn't have anybody get sick or anything like that, so they did very nicely. There are a few things that I am going to tweak a little bit for next year. I am going to put the rabbit tractors directly onto the garden bed that I'm going to be using, and let them accumulate probably about 2 inches or so of the manure and excuse me, wood chip mixture. I am only going to be using wood chips next year as their bedding, simply because the straw and hay didn't really do as good a job as I was hoping that they would do. So I am just going to be using the wood chips. I'm also only going to be using, I'm going to try just using does next year to see if I can cut down on some of the fighting that went on with the males. So I am going to just do that. So other than that, it was a really good success. I really enjoyed kind of learning and figuring out kind of what I want to do for next year, and see if this works really well in the future. If it does, it might be a really easy way to fertilize your garden beds. So anyway, I just thought I would share with you kind of how that went for me this year. And if you have any questions, feel free. I think I got everything in there that I wanted to say. Oh yes, the rabbit tractors themselves, as you can see, there's a lot of open air and things like that, and then they did have their house. What I used was I just stapled some feed bags along the sides and then along the top, and that gave them a really nice cozy place to stay. I did leave some parts where it was open so that they could sun themselves and keep warm in the wintertime. So they were out of the wind and they were out of the elements, and they just I think they seem to really enjoy living here this winter. So anyway, that is what I did with my rabbit tractors this winter, and yeah. So I don't think I have anything else to say. Questions, feel free. Comments, please. Like and subscribe. You guys have a good day. Take care. Bye.